So let's talk about Konkan Railway Corporation Limited. You probably know it as KRCL. This isn't just some random railway line cutting through a field, okay? This was, and still is, a monumental achievement in Indian engineering. Imagine trying to lay down tracks across one of the most challenging terrains on the planet, the Western Ghats. We are talking steep mountains, deep valleys, and rivers that turn into raging monsters during the monsoon. It was a Herculean task, a dream project that everyone said was almost impossible. But India did it, connecting its western coastline in a way that was previously unimaginable, a lifeline etched in steel and determination. KRCL currently operates as a unique entity. It was set up as a public limited company, not directly under the massive umbrella of Indian Railways initially. It follows a build-operate-transfer model, which was pretty innovative for its time in India. It covers a route stretching over 740 kilometers, linking Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka states crucial to India's western seaboard. While it has faced financial challenges, particularly with its debt burden from construction, it's a vital operational railway. It's known for its scenic routes, but also for its operational complexities due to the terrain it navigates daily, requiring specialized maintenance and quick responses to nature's whims. The significance of KRCL to the regions it serves cannot be overstated. Before its existence, many areas along the Konkan coast were relatively isolated, with limited connectivity to major economic centers. The railway opened up these regions, boosting trade, tourism and overall economic development. It provided a faster, more reliable mode of transport for both passengers and freight, fundamentally changing the socio-economic landscape. Think about the farmers getting their produce to bigger markets, or students accessing education, or families connecting. KRCL was the enabler for so much of this progress, a true artery of development. So why the sudden buzz about a merger with Indian Railways now? One of the biggest carrots dangled for this merger is operational synergy. Picture this: Indian Railways and Konkan Railway working as one seamless unit. Right now they coordinate, sure, but a full merger could mean truly integrated timetables, smoother transitions for long-distance trains that use both networks, and more efficient freight movement. No more your tracks, my problem situations. This could lead to optimized routes, reduced transit times, and a more streamlined experience for everyone. Think of it as upgrading from two separate dating apps to one super-efficient matchmaking service for trains. Less confusion, more connections. Then there's the money talk, specifically financial stability for KRCL. Building that marvel through the mountains wasn't cheap, and KRCL has been managing a significant debt load. Indian Railways, being the behemoth it is, has access to far greater financial resources and government backing. A merger could mean a much-needed financial cushion for KRCL, allowing it to clear its debts and, more importantly, fund crucial upgrades and maintenance. This isn't just about a bailout, it's about securing the long-term financial health of a critical piece of infrastructure, ensuring it can continue to serve the region effectively for decades to come. Let's not forget about safety and technology integration. Indian Railways has been on a big push to upgrade its safety systems, like deploying the Kavach anti-collision system and investing in modern track maintenance technology. KRCL operates in a geologically sensitive zone, prone to landslides and other natural challenges. Integrating with IR could give KRCL access to these advanced technologies and a larger pool of research and development resources. This could mean enhanced safety protocols, better disaster management capabilities, and overall a more resilient railway network along the Konkan coast, which is a huge win for passenger safety. And what about us, the passengers, the AAM Admi, or rather the AAM Yatri? The promise is a better travel experience. A merger could potentially lead to more rationalized fare structures, perhaps even some cost benefits passed down. It could mean more direct train services, improved onboard amenities as IR standards are applied, and easier integrated booking systems. Imagine planning a cross-country trip without having to figure out the handoff between IR and KRCL. The goal is to make train travel on this scenic route even more attractive and hassle-free, a true upgrade to the customer journey. Okay, so a merger sounds great on paper, but let's pump the brakes a bit. One major concern is KRCL's potential loss of autonomy. KRCL, as a smaller, more agile corporation, has managed to carve out its own operational efficiencies and a distinct work culture. Merging with the giant that is Indian Railways could mean getting swallowed by bureaucracy. Decisions that were once made quickly at a local level might get bogged down in the hierarchical structure of IR. There's a real fear that KRCL's unique responsiveness, crucial for its challenging terrain, could be diluted, turning it into just another division. Then you have the people problem employee resistance. KRCL employees have their own service conditions, pay scales, and a certain pride in their organization. A merger inevitably brings anxieties about job security, changes in work culture, seniority issues, and potential relocations. Unions representing KRCL staff would rightly be concerned about protecting their members' interests. Integrating two different workforces with different histories and expectations is a massive HR challenge. If not handled with extreme sensitivity and transparency, it could lead to widespread discontent and operational disruptions, which nobody wants. And let's not ignore the financial burden this could place on Indian Railways. Yes, IR is big, but it's not a bottomless pit of money. KRCL comes with its own set of accumulated debts and ongoing financial needs. Indian Railways already has its own massive modernization and expansion projects underway, requiring colossal investment. Absorbing KRCL's liabilities means IR has to stretch its resources further. The question is whether IR is truly prepared to take on this additional financial responsibility without it impacting its existing commitments or leading to a diversion of funds from other critical projects across the country. Finally, there are regional sensitivities to consider. KRCL isn't just a central government project. States like Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, and Kerala are significant stakeholders. They invested in KRCL and have a vested interest in its governance and priorities. A full merger into the centrally controlled Indian Railways might mean these states lose some of their influence over the railway's operations and development within their territories. They might worry that regional needs and specific concerns of the Konkan belt could take a back seat to broader national priorities, impacting local economies and development plans. So, who are the main players in this potential merger drama? First, you've got the passengers. They stand to gain from potentially better services, integrated ticketing, and maybe even improved safety. Then there are the KRCL employees. Their future is on the line, with concerns about job security, benefits, and work culture. Indian Railways itself is a huge stakeholder. It could gain a strategic route fully integrated into its network, but also inherits KRCL's financial and operational challenges. The participating state governments, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, are also key. They invested in KRCL and want to ensure continued regional benefits and a say in its future. And of course, the central government, which often looks at such mergers from a national integration and economic efficiency perspective. Ideally, if this merger is done right, everyone could get a piece of the pie. Passengers could enjoy seamless travel and better amenities. KRCL as an entity or its operational stretch could get the financial muscle it needs for upgrades and long-term stability. Indian Railways would benefit from a more cohesive national network and standardized operations along a critical coastal route. The stakeholder states could see enhanced economic activity if the merged entity focuses on regional development and connectivity. But this ideal scenario depends heavily on the execution. It's like a group project. It can be amazing or it can be a total disaster depending on how well everyone works together. For this merger to be a boon and not a bane, several critical conditions need to be met. First and foremost, addressing employee concerns is non-negotiable. This means a clear, transparent roadmap for workforce integration, protection of legitimate pay and service conditions, and proactive communication to alleviate fears. No one wants a demoralized workforce running the trains. We need a plan that respects the contributions and concerns of KRCL staff, ensuring they feel like valued partners in this new chapter, not just cogs in a bigger machine. This requires empathy and a lot of careful planning. Furthermore, the operational efficiency and unique strengths of KRCL, particularly its adaptability to the local terrain, must be preserved and nurtured, not stifled by bureaucracy. There needs to be a clear financial strategy. How will KRCL's debt be handled? And how will future investments in the Konkan route be prioritized within IR's larger budget? Transparency with all stakeholders, especially the state governments, is crucial to build trust and ensure their continued support. Ultimately, the merger's success will be judged by whether it improves the railway for the people who use it and the regions it serves, without losing the spirit that made Konkan Railway a marvel in the first place.